How's it going, guys? It's Pride here, back with part 15 of What If the Earthlings Were Strong. Last time we left off with the Namekians finally seizing victory against the Dark Namekians. However, it can't be called a true victory until there's some cleansing and a period of peace for the Namekian people, after which Piccolo plans on going back to planet Earth to let the rest of the Z Warriors know of the unseen forces that seems to be plotting against the rest of the universe, and coming up with his own preparation to fight these mysterious and dangerous foes, not knowing that Tien plans on doing the same thing once he gets back from his journey. But these are stories for another day, as it is finally time to check up on Yamcha and see how far he has progressed after he has arrived on planet Beerus to receive some additional training. So without further ado, let's see what that training entailed, and even the people that he will encounter on his journey to becoming strong. Yamcha, Goku, and Vegeta have all arrived on Beerus Planet, and one of the first things that Beerus does is a one-on-one fight with each of them, just to see how far they have gone. He's been intrigued ever since they entered the hyperbolic time chamber. Just getting a general sense of their ki has already showed some improvements, but he wants to see how it is in actual combat. And he's also a little hopeful that he will enjoy the fight. Starting off with Goku, the fight is relatively tame. Goku is showing off a lot of his combat prowess and his understanding of how the body works, and going into his transformations as Beerus pushes him harder and harder, all the way up until Goku ends up in Ultra Instinct, where Goku in Ultra Instinct is almost like night and day in comparison to what Goku was in Master Ultra Instinct in the Tournament of Power. However, Beerus does tell him that though this is an improvement, this is still not enough, as he says, out there in the vastness of the multiverse, you are not the only one with Ultra Instinct, and you're not even close to being the best. As Beerus uses his version of Ultra Instinct, showing Goku that not only is he at the same level, but Beerus is actually better at Ultra Instinct than Goku is himself, which isn't too surprising as Beerus has been training under Whis for far longer, and is one of the gods of destruction who has actually almost perfected it during these years of his training. But Beerus doesn't end the fight with Ultra Instinct, as he says, even though he can use it, he just doesn't like it as much, and shows that at the end of the day, power is what matters, as he powers up to a level that is one step above Goku and completely decimates him, ending that fight with them, giving Goku an overall a good assessment. Moving on to Vegeta, the fight goes roughly along the same lines in the beginning, where Beerus pushes Vegeta to go harder and harder as Vegeta goes through his transformation, all the way up until he reaches his new transformation he will call Ultra Ego. And Beerus is actually quite intrigued by this, seeing Vegeta rise up in power, becoming stronger and stronger, and to the point where in terms of raw strength, Goku can't equal this level of power that Vegeta is displaying. However, Vegeta has taken quite a beating to get here, and that is one of the things that Beerus lets Vegeta be aware of, as he says, not bad, but not good enough. You gotta be more than a glorified punching bag. Even the best warriors know when to dodge, as Beerus ends the fight with a very overwhelming punch that almost knocks Vegeta completely unconscious and de-transforms him right then and there, leaving the last fight for Yamcha, as the fight goes slightly different, as Yamcha doesn't actually have any real transformations, but Yamcha is a more tricky case as he has a variety of technique. Not only that, he heals almost any damage that Beerus does to him thanks to all the spirit control techniques that he has learned. This fight of the three is the longer one so far, and once it gets to the point where Yamcha gets to his new max of Kaioken, 150, Beerus decides to keep pushing him, as this can't be enough to have made those other two Saiyans get to the level that they're at. So Beerus decides to stop making this a game, as he says, enough with your petty tricks, show me what you really got, or die, mortal. As Beerus starts shooting off miniature balls of Hakais at Yamcha, making him try more and more in order to dodge and deflect these attacks, though it is taking considerable effort on Yamcha's part. He is reaching his limits quite fast, to the point where his instincts start to take over, as he can feel his life be threatened. His eyes start to glow a bright shade of yellow, as his aura takes on a yellow crimson flame. A bestial grunt escapes his lips as he bares his fangs at Beerus and starts attacking savagely, going for nothing but lethal attacks while also avoiding nothing but lethal hits, not caring of any of the other stuff. So he's not dodging like Ultra Instinct, as he is taking punches here and there. However, he's not being hit as hard as Vegeta allowed himself to be hit in Ultra Ego. Yamcha seems to be towing the line when he's fighting Beerus, bringing a genuine smile to the god of destruction. And then promptly after that, Beerus decides to end the fight by completely knocking out Yamcha, catches him as Yamcha falls towards the ground, then chucks him towards Goku and Vegeta as he mutters, not bad at all. He goes over and tells Whis to train them up properly, but he actually wants to train with Vegeta, as he seems that of the three, he more aligns with Vegeta, just that Vegeta is a little bit rough around the edge, and thus that is the first day of them being back. And from then on out, for the next 6 months, their training begins in earnest, with them finding out a lot of things about each other. One of the more noticeable things is Whis telling Goku and Yamcha that Yamcha seems to have reached a new level of Kaioken, more like perfected Kaioken or ascended Kaioken, where the form gives off a lot more power than anyone else so far has been able to display. For example, when Goku activates Kaioken, it does as expected, but when Yamcha activates it, it seems to be giving off a more than 5 times multiplier, meaning that Yamcha at base Kaioken is equal to the multiplier that Goku will receive if he activated Kaioken times 5, which Whis does say that this is a very interesting development and really shows the dedication that Yamcha has shown. However, Goku takes note of this and decides to work on his Kaioken too, seeing how he was pretty good at it, and being this far behind makes him feel like he's been slacking and not fully utilizing what's in his toolkit. But Goku primarily is still going to be working on Ultra Instinct, as Beerus has shown him that it can reach a higher level and that everyone's Ultra Instinct isn't exactly one-to-one, as even when Beerus was using Ultra Instinct, Goku still felt like Beerus had the urge to destroy. It's just a calmer, more subtle type of thing than anything else. So during this time, Goku is trying to replicate that and transform his Ultra Instinct into something that he doesn't have to hamper his feelings, but actually can enjoy the fight and enjoy the benefits of Ultra Instinct. And while that's happening, Yamcha is finding out what his new transformation is. He says that it was similar to Ultra Instinct and a little similar to Ultra Ego, but where it falls off differently is it seems to be derived more on the primal instincts that inhibits Yamcha more than anyone else. It seems that Yamcha has a very deep connection to his primal self. Yamcha does figure out how to enter his new primal instinct just as easily as Goku and Vegeta enters their Ultra form. However, just like their forms, it does come with some downside, where too much damage can end up ruining Vegeta's body with Ultra Ego, and Ultra Instinct takes too much stamina away from Goku if not used properly. Primal Instinct takes away Yamcha's sense of self, as he becomes almost mindless in a way. Upon this realization, Goku brings up the fact that there is another person that kind of has a similar thing to Yamcha. Goku retells Yamcha of their battle with Broly, and towards the end, Gogeta decided to not kill Broly and simply knock him out and take him back to his home planet where they're at right now, suggesting that they can probably get some training with him and potentially they both can figure out a way to fight while retaining some of their rationality. Over to Vegeta's side of training, Beerus has been a surprisingly good teacher, even though Vegeta has never really seen him teach anyone anything, and he always seems kinda lazy. During his training, Vegeta is caught second guessing himself, as Beerus is dedicated to showing Vegeta the ways of the gods of destruction, teaching him how to use Hakai a lot easier, and that Vegeta's new transformation is great for destruction, but he needs to learn when and how to destroy. Effectively, Vegeta is basically becoming a god destruction apprentice, but because Vegeta refuses that title and Beerus doesn't think he's ready for it anyway, he doesn't get the real benefits of such title, but the training is still great for him nonetheless. And thus, 4 months of this training, they all start to try to shore up their weaknesses. And that is what their 4 months is like. Elsewhere, somewhere on a planet far away, a dragon rises into the sky as a man with green hair looks up at the dragon and makes a wish, wishing to be the strongest in the universe. The wish is granted, but the man is not excited or happy at all, as the price for becoming the strongest was too great. This man is Granola, and he's on a quest for vengeance. He has to move fast because his time is rapidly running out. Which leads us to the 5th month of training on Beerus' planet, where there has been a change in the daily routine, as Whis gets a call from Bulma saying that people have come here looking for help, namely from Vegeta and Goku, as they were once part of the Galactic Patrol, and that their planet is under an invasion from people of the Frieza Force. Bulma goes on to say that there's no point in getting in contact with Jocko, because Jocko will just try to find someone else to do it, and when asked why Gohan or someone else can't handle this, she says that doesn't want to get them involved, as Gohan is going above and beyond already and is teaching the kids some discipline. Also saying something along the lines that those two combat knuckleheads need to do something productive anyway, and Frieza is actually their responsibility in the first place. Whis takes that with a nod and ends the call, then going over towards the three, telling them that he thinks it's a good time to see how they fare against other people, as there's a crisis that needs to be averted. They happily oblige and set forth to this new planet called Cereal. They arrive and they look around and really see anything of note. So far, doesn't seem that a crazy invasion is happening. Doesn't seem that people are in distress. In fact, they see some villagers off in the distance and they seem to be living pretty joyful and happy lives. But as they're searching the rest of the planet, Vegeta notices some things out of place, as he sees that there has been some destruction here and there left unattended to, and some things are looking a little familiar to him as he is taking close inspection of everything, while Goku and Yamcha are completely oblivious to why a situation like this could have happened, as it does seem like this has happened years and years ago. Not something that has been recently done, as a couple of weeks or days ago, as they were led to believe. Person walks forth confidently in front of all of them as he says, "You guys must be the Saiyans. At least one of you is wearing your Saiyan armor." They look at this stranger in confusion, as Vegeta is even shocked to know that this man knows what a Saiyan is, then how they're extinct. Now Vegeta is re-looking at the scene of destruction around him, and things are starting to click for him. The man, Granola, doesn't seem to care at all, as he starts to power up, getting ready to engage the three. With Yamcha saying, "You guys want to go first?" He seems to not be a fan of you guys. With Goku saying, "I don't know what's going on, but we can ask after the fight, I guess. He does seem pretty strong." Goku steps forth, showing that he's the one that wants to fight, and Granola has a disdain look on his face as he says, "No, I want to fight all of you right here and now and get it over with, but you're not the only guys on my hit list." Goku says, "Alright, we kinda don't like sharing. You seem strong." I'm still pretty confident, you know. That's when they both stare at each other. Yamcha and Vegeta cleared away as Granola and Goku both stare at each other, getting ready to ensue in a fight. Off somewhere else though, the Heater family is surveilling the fight. As one member is doing that, a couple of the other ones are gathering the Cerealians' Dragon Balls to make a wish of their own. But there's another person with them, someone resemblant to that of Frieza themselves, but noticeably taller, as Cooler looks over to them and says, "So, these are the Dragon Balls that allowed that weakling to be this strong. Well, I suppose it's about time I get a wish of my own." Elect, the leader of the Heater's family, says, "Is there anything else you want us to do, Lord Cooler? Do you want us to show you how to summon the dragon?" As Cooler says, "No, I believe I have it from here. Your services are no longer required." And in a quick motion, an I-beam sweeps across and kills the entire Heater family in less than a second. Gas was the only person strong enough and fast enough to react to this, but even then, he was a tad too slow. He also has met his end. Cooler dragged a severely injured Namekian and tells him to start the ritual, all while having a smile on his face. And that is where we ended, as another person has shown themselves to be at play here from the shadow, and all while Granola is blinded by the urge to seek out his vengeance, not even guessing or questioning the people in front of him as a fight begins. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like and comment down below. It helps the boy out with the algorithm. And if you like what I got going on here, subscribe, and I'll really appreciate it. Things are about to get heated, so hope to see you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.